8th, 6:54. We have NFP today, and looking over here at GJ, I'll break down gold right after, but looking at the weekly over here, we are still holding a nice strong support. Current monthly candle, right? October is just now beginning. So we're holding a nice support right here at 149, holding a great support. This monthly candle just started. So are we just going to hold support over here and continue right back up? The Bank of England has talked about increasing interest rates even before they've talked about tapering, which is kind of a big deal. I don't know why they would do that, but a lot of countries have been doing that. New Zealand, Australia, right? These countries are all contracting economies. They're not producing much because everyone's locked down. Canada as well, right? So with the U.S., the Bank of England, you got any of the European countries, and then also Japan not increasing interest rates or tapering yet. But everything depends on today. That's what institutions and banks are waiting for. They're waiting for today's numbers. And if today's numbers come out good, then they're going to start tapering in November. Then you're going to start to see the sentiment shift. The sentiment is shifting a little bit right now of them wanting to taper, but they need to. These are big numbers right now when it comes to any kind of indicator for what they're going to do and any of their actions. So if we get some really surprise numbers, take a look at the economic calendar right now. If we get, let's say, 235 jobs from before were added, they're expecting 490. Let's say we get 600,000, right? That's going to be like, okay, maybe we can start tapering in November, right? We could start tapering before the year ends, and maybe by we'll finish tapering by mid next year, right? That seems like it's the time scale now if we do get good numbers today. So we also had, let's see, ADP non-farm employment change. Now this came out much better than expected as well, almost 600,000, right? 568. So that was good. But normally that's not the number one indicator for what's going to happen on Friday. Normally this is just kind of like a crapshoot. Friday is the real number. That's the big tuna down here. So again, Bank of England talking about tapering. So obviously that's going to send their currency up. It's going to add more value to the currency because they're not adding as much money into the economy. They're not adding it into the circulation of the economy. So nice, strong, bullish, healthy candle over here on the monthly, weekly as well. Weekly, last week we ended up tapping 149, this whole area down here, right? And then the current weekly on Sunday opened up bullish, and we just started pushing up, right? But we've been in a multi-month downtrend over here on GJ that we've been respecting. Are we going to break out of it? It looks like we're trying to right now. You take a look. We've been respecting this multi-month, actually. Yeah, it's been going on for about 4 months now. Tapping into this area, coming down, creating a new low, and forming that same exact thing. But we've been holding 149 as a strong support down here. So right now, what you have is almost like a double bottom right now. I don't want to call it a double bottom because it's not exactly looking like that, but you have the recent low right down here tapping into that area, and now you got a higher low right over here. So that tells me there's some bullish momentum to start continuing right back up, right? So now, ever since we opened up and tapped into that area, grabbed liquidity, a nice, healthy, bullish candle right here. Now we grabbed liquidity on this candle, formed a small bottom wick, and then passed the high, nice strong candle, and then we ended up filling that wick right over here, right? So now we're just pushing up. But right now, what you have to pay attention to, as always, is support and resistance. So right now we had this previous area of interest, previous resistance, candle bodies rejecting it multiple times, and every single time it did, we tapped into it, and then we just shot right back down to 149. Tapped into it again, shot right back down to 149, right? Now we're tapping into it again, but we're pushing right through, right? So it looks like we could end up closing above this level on the daily. But these things need to happen. We need to get good numbers out of the US, right? That's going to move GJ a little bit, because everything that the Fed does and the Fed sees and whatever goes on with the US economy trickles down to different economies. You know, whatever decisions they make, you know, ECB, Canada's central bank, you got all these different central banks are going to Bank of England, ECB, Bank of Japan. They're all kind of piggybacking off of what we're doing. So this is our next level of interest. If we do come up and close above that area, so 153, almost 200 over here on the daily. But again, we have some pit stops on the lower time frames. Now looking at the 4-hour over here, we had this area, previous resistance over here, previous resistance over here, and a little bit of a fake out to continue right back down. Price tapped into this area as well, holding resistance. And now we're closing above resistance over here. If you take a look over here, price rejected that area, trying to come right back down into below that resistance, kind of like what we did over here. And we didn't. We ended up closing bullish. We created a higher low over here, and price passed the high of that candle, continuing right back up. So that would have been a nice move for anybody trading London or pre-New York around 5 o'clock. There was a nice move. But if you take a look, we've just been bullish since tapping into this area once more. So right now we're creating a high up here. We're reaching our resistance right up here. Could have a next target right up here as well. How many pips do we have until we reach that? Got about 45 pips to reach that resistance. Now that's the 4-hour. We have a high, so we have a range, and we also reach that resistance right up there. So let's see if we hold support over here and continue right back up. So we closed above resistance right over here. Now, typically, we have a heavy rejection over here, but eventually this wick ends up getting filled, right? Whenever we have that top wick with a bearish close like this, if we hold support anywhere in here, we end up filling that wick. And let's say we hold support from here, get about 17 pips to the high up there. I'm gonna mark this off real quick too. So if we get some volume at 7 o'clock right now, I don't know if you want to take this. Let's see if we get a bullish close. So get the 30-minute. Adjust this real quick. Let's see if we get that 30-minute close over here to continue right back up. But it's got to happen on the 30-minute. I don't want to take anything on the 15-minute. I want to see the 30-minute close bullish. And if we miss it, we miss it. But we have NFP coming out. So you just want to be super careful of what you're seeing. So Reese, you had a nice trade yesterday. Where'd you send that?
In the Asian session and New York session.
So yeah, let's diagnose this. Before we move on to gold. Yeah, this is a nice trade, man. So 152, 100. Okay. 100. Right over here. So what you had, which is perfect, is the bullish run. You had the bullish run right over here. You had a resistance right over here where price ended up closing above, and you took this move right over here. Now, this 152, 100 didn't bother you at all?
Um, I guess my thoughts during the time was I marked a level in that area and then I ended up moving it.
Okay.
So
Let's see. Where is Slack? Here we go. Yeah, so you took this out from 152. So what made you enter this?
uh as it passed the 152 100 level that I marked.
Okay.
Yeah. As soon as that candle closed there, I got into there. It
So as
came
soon
back
as this
up.
candle closed, you ended up entering.
Yeah.
Nice. And this is the 30-minute. Okay. Cool. Strong time frame. So as soon as this candle closed, oh, perfect. Yeah. So this candle ended up closing above resistance over here, right? This candle, right? So you entered with your stop loss right here, entry right here, and you secured somewhere up here.
Yeah.
Perfect. And that was about 16 pips, somewhere in that area. Was that your TP? You just let it hit your TP?
Yeah, I hit no, I closed it. I closed it at 152 311. Yeah.
Okay. You closed the full thing.
And then it went up some more after that, and it came back down after some.
That's fine. I actually like that you did that because that shows you that, or it shows me that as a scalper, and that's what you're doing right now, you're completely content with whatever decision that you just made, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, this was my target on a scalp. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to take my price from here, from like 152, let's say 100, 150. Yeah, I'd say 150 you entered at, and then I take it up to 300, and that's it. That's what I'm going to grab out of the market. I'm going to jump in real quick. I like this setup. I'm going to jump right back out. I'm not going to
Yeah, like
secure a little bit and get greedy because price was pretty overextended over here anyway. And
yeah.
you would have ended up being stopped out at break even. But that I think that was great. That was awesome. Grab this nice little move right here. Grabbed about 16 pips. You rode this up. Actually, about 19 pips. No, yeah, 16 pips, and then you grabbed it. So I like it, man. Of
Thank you.
course. So the 4 hour right now is going to close in 2 hours. 1 hour over here, kind of strong rejection of that level, but we'll see if it comes right back down into this range. This candle, strong bullish candle, closed with barely a top wick. Candle comes all the way up here to create that high and then closes around 152, 350, but it didn't close back into this range. But let's see what we do. Let's see how we close over here. It's a Friday, so I want to wait for the 30-minute instead of dropping down to maybe the 15-minute. Now, Reese, you were asking me about the lower time frames.
Yeah, I was asking you about the 15-minute and the 5-minute because when I was looking at the 1 hour and the 30-minute, which is my main focuses, I would kind of like see little things, I guess, or think about things. Like there's things that I'd noticed in the lower time frame charts.
Okay. So with a pair like GJ, is GJ your only pair right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so with a pair like GJ, you just got to keep an eye on the fact that this thing moves quicker than, let's say, EJ. It moves quicker than UJ. Moves quicker than a lot of these other pairs. I would say GJ is one of the quickest moving pairs, other than some commodities like gold, silver, and all some of the indices, stuff like that. So there's going to be more opportunity for you to grab a trade on the lower time frames than on most pairs. Does that make sense? Now you can definitely still take trades based on the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and you're gonna have a lot of success with that. But at the same time with GJ, there's a ton of impulse entries, or there's a ton of entry opportunities on these lower time frames just because there's more volatility, there's more volume in there for people to trade.
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
So we got Carlos coming in right now.
And like the 5 minute too, like I like the 15 minute over the 5 minute because yeah, the 5 minute there's like it's too much, you know?
Yeah, yeah. 5 minute
So
is it moves a lot. Like look at the 5 minute over here. Got this range over here. I would have liked this entry right here during London. And that's something that you could back test. But the stop loss needs to be based off the 15 minute or the 30 minute if you're going to take anything on the 5 minute. But this is something
usually I use the 30 minute all the time. 30 minute previous 30 minute or 1 hour.
Perfect. Perfect. So you don't even pay attention to these lower time frames. I would say for the next 3 months, master your pair on GJ as much as you can on these higher time frames. Journal the trades you would have taken, journal the trades you did take, and study those trades. Do like a later analysis because in 3 months time from now, you're going to be a lot better. Your eyes are going to be a lot more trained, and you're going to be just in tune with your pair, right? So,
yeah.
Chat coming in. Carlos, what's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Morning, buddy.
How you
How y'all
doing, bud?
doing?
Carlos,
How's it
you know
going?
Jacob, right?
Jacob? No, I never met Jacob.
Okay, so Jacob was actually the first guy in here. Like he's an OG in here. So
Oh,
you know,
nice, nice.
he's got a lot going on with work, business, and all that stuff. So it's been tough for him to jump in, but no excuses. We're getting in there, waking up, right?
Yeah,
He's about to put himself through a nice little boot camp, and make sure he's getting more out of himself and pushing. So glad to have you back in, and let's start this journey again on the trading train.
sir. Yeah, what's up, Carlos? Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, what's up, bro? Nice to meet you as well.
So Reese, what I was saying was right now, focus on journaling the trades you would have taken on the 30 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and just master those time frames. And then after 3 months, maybe even 6 months, whenever you feel comfortable, start really diagnosing these trades and going back into your journal, looking at these trades and saying, okay, wait a minute, where could I have entered a little bit earlier based on the lower time frames? Could I have gotten in even better? See, you constantly want to be doing that right now with the higher time frames and asking yourself, all right, how could I be better? How could I have a better entry? Where can I secure better? What are little signs that are telling me that price is going to start turning around and I should probably secure, right? All these different questions, but you want to be extremely hard on yourself and ask yourself, how can I get better? How can I have been better on this trade? Even if it's a winning trade, what could I have done better? That should always be your question. So like I said, in 3 months time, start doing that in the 5 minute, in the 1 minute, right? But first, make sure you're profitable on these higher time frames as well. So I want to do like a session journal. So far, GJ on 10-8. So sometimes what I like to do on my journal over here is just do like a session journal of what price is looking at when I first come to the charts and how we're shaping up on our pair. So again, daily is above that previous resistance, previous area of interest of 152, 100, or let's say 200 over here. Price rejecting it multiple times. Now we're starting to break above, right? On the heels of them talking about increasing interest rates. Then we're going to break down gold in a second before NFP as well. So yeah, Jacob, so your schedule would just be, waking up now or waking up before trading a little bit, and then you got the sales job or the Uber.
Yeah, I do like 1 or 2 hours. I contact people and stuff, like from I'd say 9 to like 11. Then I go do some deliveries from like 11 to 3. Then come back a little bit more sales, and then back to Uber at night. And then I would just kind of just chill at night.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
But yeah, I know I can get more in.
Yeah, it's just paying attention to what you do with your time, right? I don't know if I mentioned this to you. Maybe I did to one of you guys, but a good exercise to do is just write down every 15 minutes what you did in the last 15 minutes. Like what did I get done? And if you want to make it 30 minutes, make it 30 minutes, right? But I've always heard that 15 minutes is that magical number where it's like, all right, did I sit on Instagram the whole time? Or was I reading? Was I getting better at my craft?
Yeah, I have a lot of 15 minutes on Instagram.
Yeah. Pay attention to that screen time,
Yeah, 100%.
So it looks like, and we see this a lot where it looks like price is going to hold support over here and continue right back up, but it grabbed liquidity and it's continuing right back down. That's a strong bearish 30-minute candle over here. So want to pay attention to that. We grab liquidity with this wick and we're starting to come right back down into this range. Where right now what we could be doing is forming a candle kind of like this. We end up closing like that, or maybe with a closing bullish, right? And the next candle creates this bottom wick, passes the high of that candle. We get some volume around 8 o'clock and take this thing right up. Right, so we could end up rejecting this zone over here. Happens a lot, but again, this is a very strong bearish candle, so we gotta just keep an eye out for that. Now on to gold before NFP. So gold is in an interesting spot on the heels of, I want to say, 2 previous positive NFPs. Right, this is a good NFP coming out that came out in June, and then another one that came out really good in August that came down and retapped 1680 again before rejecting completely. But take a look and keep an eye on this level right up here, right? 1830 is a very significant level, rejected multiple times after a strong bearish close. We ended up getting this retracement over here with these 2 candles. Price did push all the way down here, but we got that retracement, and now we got a strong bearish candle that closed below 1760. Very strong level over here. Let me change this color. So 1760, this support is a significant level. We got a nice strong bearish close over here below it with a wick to possibly fill, multiple wicks to fill, right? And now the current candle is creating its top wick, and I know we're ranging on the lower time frames, but we're coming up to retest this level. And if we get some good numbers today, you're going to see this thing drop and at least fill this wick. Right. So that's why you want to pay attention to the anatomy of the candles on every single time frame. Looking at the weekly right now is holding this support over here. 1725, I want to say, is a pretty strong level right down here. I personally don't like drawing my levels on such high time frames because I know I end up moving them on the lower time frames. Maybe draw like horizontal lines. Sometimes I draw like really thin lines over here. But as you guys can see, we've been in this corrective phase since the market started calming down. We started getting the vaccines getting pushed. Businesses started to open up. We started to learn more about the disease, or whatever you want to call it, the virus, and push price all the way back down to 1680. Very significant level over here, right? We've been hovered around here, and this is the weekly. Also the monthly, you'll see this too. But right over here, we ended up tapping into that area when markets started calming down and everything. Then what happened? Then we started getting inflation fears, pushing us all the way back up to our area right over here. And what pushed us all the way back down? Now, this is a very significant level over here. Very key level that we always look at, right? Previous resistance, and then also respecting the trend over here. Actually, it really just formed the trend. I don't want to say it respected the trend, just because Yeah, this was more of a resistance than it was a trend line. The trend line started to come after we had such a strong rejection from that area. So now it's a point of interest again, right over here, if price ends up coming back into this area to form that third tap of the trend line and make it valid. But what happened right here? First of all, technically, what we had was our respect of this trend line where we rejected that candle or that area and we just pushed down. Then what we got right here is a bearish big belt. Who doesn't know what a bearish big belt is?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so
Yeah, me neither.
all right, cool. So first of all, you guys, one of the books that you guys can get is Naked Forex. If you want to learn basic price action, want to learn candlestick formations, want to learn like patterns and stuff like that, Naked Forex is the best book for technical analysis because most trading books out there are, basically psychological books, right? People say trading for a living, trading in the zone. All these different books are all psychological books, fundamental books as well to learn economics. Random Walk Down Wall Street. There's a lot of different books on fundamentals, but on technicals, get Naked Forex. He's the one that taught me about this. I forget the guy's name. Let me see if I have it real quick.
I think the guy has like a PhD or something, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think it's if you guys take a look at the books channel over here. I think it's definitely in here. Books. There's a lot of good books in here, but there's a lot of free books as well.
It's something Peters, eh? Walter Peter.
Yeah, something like that. Trading in the game. Market structure and powerful setups. This is a good book over here. There, it's like a slideshow. 16%. This dude, guys, I highly recommend getting this book. Jacob, this will be a good book for you right now.
Yeah, you recommended it to me. I listened to it.
That's right. Yeah, you listened to it a couple times in the car.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, I listened to it like 1 or 2 times, but it's been a few months.
Guys, highly recommend getting the 10x rule in audiobook. So that should be the next book that you guys get. Highly recommend it. Next 5 Moves, great book. Atomic Habits, great book. Trading in the Zone, here you go. Mark Douglas, free audiobook. But Naked Forex, I think someone sent it in. Trading in the Zone. I don't think anyone did. Oh, there you go. The entire book right here.
Boom.
Jaden sent it
You
in.
get so many books for free online, man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a great book over here. So let me see if I could send this. It's taking forever. Books. Put this to the bottom of the channel. I think that worked. There you go. All right, so back to gold. Guess I'm getting some ADD kicking in, I guess. But anyway, you got this reaction, and then right over here, that bearish big belt. So a bearish big belt, and then you have a bullish big belt, where this candle, you notice how this candle closed right here at this level over here. So let's call it 1905, right around this area. And then this candle ended up opening right up here around 1910. You see that? If you take a look at crosshairs. So 1904, this candle closed, the bullish candle closed. 1908, this candle ended up opening and then just pushing all the way down. You notice that?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so whenever you get that on the higher time frame, especially the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, whenever you get that, that's a strong indication that price is just going to continue all the way right back down. Right, and you can back test this. I've seen it many times. Now you don't want to just blindly go into the trade. You want to look for entries on the lower time frames. But every time you, not every time, but most of the time you get open like that, that's a lot higher than the previous close. Then there's a high probability that price is going to drop a good amount. Right, so pay attention to that. Now sometimes you'll have a bullish big bell where you get wrong tool. You get a bearish candle closing like this, right, on this support. And then guess what? Right after that, you get a bullish candle opening a little like 20 pips higher than the close of this candle. Most of the time, price will end up just continuing right back up like that. So that's a bullish big bell. So like I said, go back and maybe this weekend, go back and read some of Naked Forex. Highly recommend it. One of my favorite technical books. But that'll help you guys out and show you guys a lot of these kangaroo tails and bullish big belts, bearish big belts, stuff like that. That'll help you guys a lot. But anyway, just been bearish. Still holding this resistance at 1830, like I mentioned on the monthly, right? Very significant level. Every time we tap into it, we just had that hard impulsive move, right? So now we're stuck in this range between this previous support where price rejected, held support, and continued all the way up. We tapped into that area again after tapping 1680 and then held support over here where this candle grabbed liquidity in this whole range, right? And then pushed up right back down up to 1830. And then now on the monthly, you guys know how significant 1770 is on gold. Now we're like staying in this range over here, right? Looking at the daily, we're just ranging. And we've been ranging over here, specifically right in here since the beginning of the week because of NFP. But right now, what we did was we tapped in this 1860 and we've just been pushing down, creating lower lows and lower highs all the way back down into 1720, right? Held support, and now we're kind of consolidating over here. So let's see what we look like on the 4 hour. So since respecting this area, lower lows, lower highs, all the way into this area, and then all of a sudden we held support and we continued up, kind of broke the trend. Not that that means we're going to start continuing right back up, but that means that right now we're trying to grab orders to either continue right back down or continue up. So to me, this is a significant level right here where you have previous support, price broke back in, kind of like a fake out, and then came right back into this range, holding support in here. I don't want to trade anything in here. What I would like to see, and this is gambling, right? This is something that you want to wait for as far as you start executing on this, but you can live back test this. Gotta get going. All right, Reese, I'll see you soon, buddy. Have a great weekend. Like I said, read that book this weekend, try to dive into it, get yourself ready for the week next week, and we'll be right back at it. You've got some good momentum going right now, so you don't want to lose it. The worst is losing momentum. But we'll be talking over the weekend and send me some trades, back testing trades, your journal, and we'll just be getting good for next week.
Yeah. You boys have a good day.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Have a
Yeah, I'll
good
give you a shout.
All right, so guys, this is something that you can live back test. You set a buy stop right here and a sell stop right here. Let's see how this thing plays out. You could put your stop loss like halfway between the range for either side and see if this thing plays out. But what you want to do is open an account on the side, a news account that money you can afford to lose, and you just set this, and this is your news account. If you blow it, you blow it. You don't care about it. But right now, you want to get used to learning how to take some of these trades, because if we get some surprising numbers, price is just going to rocket up from here. Oh, wrong color. So we get some, we get some bad numbers coming out of the US. Price will just rocket up over here. We get some good numbers coming out of the US. You're going to see gold drop right out of here, mirror this whole move over here. But typically, what I like to do is just wait for the reaction. Wait for price to close above that resistance, close below the support, right? We get 10, 15, 20 minutes after the news comes out, and then we end up finding our setup and just taking that. That's the best way to trade news. So that's what we're waiting for.
8:30 it is.
8:30. I cannot believe it's Friday.
Yeah, went by fast.
Weeks go by so quick. So quick, man. Let's see something. Second. So, Carlos, your weakest point you were mentioning is we got that close right back into the range over here on the 30-minute. Okay. So let's see what we get. But Carlos, you said your weakest point is journaling and back testing, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what have you done this week, being that it's Friday? What have you done to improve on that weak point?
The only thing I've done is like journal the trade I took, and I only journal one like trade I could have taken.
Okay.
But as far as back testing, I haven't really done any back testing, honestly.
Okay. Well, it's good that you're honest. You just got to be honest with yourself and ask yourself why this is happening. Like, is it laziness? Is it a busy schedule? I get it with the social media and stuff. I think we went over that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a mixture of laziness and just like being just like just distracted.
Yeah.
When I
You
know
got a lot going on too. I get it. Emotionally, stuff like that. But
I'm on the same boat, man.
What's up?
I'm on the same boat. I'm doing the same.
It comes right back down to like you're running out of time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like, I know you guys are both young. How old are you, Carlos?
I'm 29.
29. Okay, so that's cutting down a little bit. You got Mana, you're 21, so you 22. So you have some time, but you're in your early 20s. But at the same time, like, don't you want to enjoy your 20s? Don't you want to be able to like not worry about money? And I know you're on a way different ball than you were previously before getting the store. So now your back's against the wall, which is cool. That's what you like. That's what you want. You want that constant pressure on yourself. And you want to embrace the fact that you can handle that pressure. Because entrepreneurs, if you can't handle pressure, it's not going to be for you.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you could be very good at your business and good at what you do. But if you can't handle pressure, you're not going to be good at all. But this is good. You're young. You're getting used to handling pressure right now. So it's that's where you want to be. But right now, put that pressure on yourself to keep pushing every single day. Go to bed much better than you did when you woke up. I know that's so much easier said than done, but it could be done. You want to separate yourself from some of your crowd growing up, some people that aren't, necessarily pushing you or have the same standards as you. But right now, you just got to build the standards. That's it.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, and I need to get rid of, not get rid, but just change the circle a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it all comes down to decisions that you make. Guys, go back and watch that video I just sent both of you.
Yeah, I saw
On
it.
Slack?
Yeah, I saw it.
You watched
I
it?
like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Just takes one decision
Yeah.
to
it's all
change the
about-
rest of your life. That's the best part. Like, you guys can do whatever you guys want up to this point. And let's say today or even Monday, it's best to just do it today. I love grabbing momentum on a Friday because Friday is like, nobody else is. I'm out working everybody. Right. So, but let's say it's Monday or Sunday. You put in some work on Sunday, watch a little football if you want, but at the same time, what you're doing is setting yourself up for success. You're doing your sheet right over here, right? For how you're going to plan out your next day. And if you don't have this, there you go. I love it. If you don't have this, you're making it so much harder on yourself to actually have that momentum and do what you got to do. So much harder. It's just not worth it. This thing takes, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes for me to do. 3 to 5 minutes so I have an organized day for the next day. Just get it done. I know it's hard right now, but you're going to be thanking yourself a lot longer and a lot later as you get older. You'll thank yourself a year from now for the boot camp that you put yourself in. Like I was just talking to you about, Jacob.
Yeah.
Do you like being called Jake?
Anything. Jacob, Jake, Mana.
Mana, that's right. All right, yeah.
Anything, honestly.
Normally
Anything.
what I call you.
So many people call me different names, so
Yeah.
it's just anything.
As long as I don't call
I
you.
like the thing you said about the like the feeling of outworking people. Like when I do deliveries on like Friday nights or just like Saturday nights,
It's
like
the
just
best.
driving my car and delivering food to people that are partying. I don't know. There's just a feeling about this.
Like, I'm making money, they're wasting it.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, pretty much.
And I'll be able to invest it, put it to work, multiply it, and go on vacation while they're still at home partying.
There it is.
So
again, easier said than done, but man, gotta do it. Gotta do it. Everything's easier said than done, right?
Once you start building the habits, it gets a lot easier. But right now, the hard part is developing the habits, developing the standards. What am I no longer going to tolerate for myself? Right? What do you know? Maybe not hanging out with some of the friends you hang out with, or
Definitely.
there's many things you could probably say, but what am I not going to tolerate anymore? That's what you got to ask yourself. I'm not going to tolerate being lazy anymore. Maybe during the week, Carlos, maybe something good for you is deleting Instagram for the week. And then on the weekend, you give yourself Instagram. It's like, all right, now I can, now I can sit back and enjoy a little bit, still put some work in on the weekend, but I put in a lot of work this week. I outworked everyone I know. I outworked everyone in the group, right? That's a good standard for yourself because, you can't compare yourself to your friends that you grew up with. That's just, you're way out of their stratosphere. You think differently and you're well on your way to doing something great in your life. But compare yourself to some of the guys that are in the group. Some guys that think the same way. Yeah, not everyone is where they want to be yet, but there's a lot of guys putting in work and doing really well. Chris made 2,000 this week. I think he made a little bit more. David is killing it, right? Because he puts the work in. He backtests every day at work. That's all you got to do. It only takes a couple months of just due diligence. It takes a lot of just work in those months, a lot of sacrifice of, not watching a video on YouTube compared to backtesting or studying your trades. It takes a lot of that, but at the same time, it's going to come back and really do you some good. So let's see what the hour is looking like over here on GJ. Could we get that same exact candle I was telling you about, where we come down, reject this area, and end up closing bullish? Let's see what we get. But let me use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Dude, I fucked up my back.
What happened?
Well, I was deadlifting yesterday. I was using good form and everything, and I think on the last set, I was just coming down, and my lower right back just kind of pulled a little bit. So it could be either a strain or a sprain. So I gotta rest it at least over the weekend. Ice it. Make sure it's good.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
hope it'll
worst.
heal fast.
What's up?
I said I hope it'll heal fast. Heal, is that the way you say it? Heal?
What? Heel?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
hope it'll heal fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it just sucks. I don't want to take time off from the gym.
Yo, Steph, how did you find Rex, eh?
Rex, so a good buddy of mine started his stores with him and did really well. And I just met Rex, and I met a couple other guys that were big in the industry. Like Rex is probably the biggest right now, as far as like what he's been able to do, and honestly how long, like how much experience he has, right? He's just been doing it for so long. And there was a couple of people I went through, did my due diligence, talked to him and everything, but Rex was the most knowledgeable, most responsive, had the best reputation, all these different things, and that's why I ended up going with Rex. So I was happy with him when I was with him. I know my dad has been happy, but what I'm not happy with is referring people to him. And now that his business is so big that he doesn't handle much as what he used to. And I get that happens in business all the time. And you start to deviate, or not deviate, but
Yeah, but I'm not saying that for those reasons though. It's just I was just curious because he's a freaking legit guy. Like
he's a
I
what?
see like on Facebook and like the people he hang outs with. I'm like, yeah, this guy has some pretty strong like social credit or
Yeah.
however you call it.
Yeah. He's always been solid in my book. But again, like when you start a business, it gets bigger and you got to delegate. That's a better word. Delegate some of the responsibilities to other people, and you have a team, you build systems. So it gets frustrating for some people. So, but I know Mia's really good. Nagad's all right. But
yeah. I think he has a lot to deal with as well, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because he was the guy dealing with me like in the beginning, and that was a while ago. So I'm not too sure, where he's at now, or they got to get more people to deal with other clients, I guess.
Yeah, but like everything is just handled pretty well. I like it, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, man. As long as you're making some money.
Yeah, I mean it's the first month, so right now I'm not in the money, but it's gonna come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like right now I'm only selling, like there's only one product that's selling. Like I have a few in inventory and there's only one that wins the buy box. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, they didn't have buy bucks when I started it.
I think because you had the drop shipping model. Because back then drop shipping was super big, but now a lot of people are getting restricted off of doing like drop shipping. I talked to of his clients. He's called Philip, and he was on the way to like $1 million revenue for this year. And like I think it was like a month or two ago, he got restricted from drop shipping on a lot of categories. And
Who did?
Sorry?
Who got restricted like that?
Philip.
Okay.
That's one of Rex's client. And yeah, it's just because Amazon are restricting drop shipping. I think he's gonna move a lot of his clients to wholesaling now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he posted that on Facebook. But yeah, I don't know how it works with drop shipping. I don't know if you have the buy box or stuff like that. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I never had that on my store, and I don't think my dad has. Just drawing my zones on MetaTrader. See, on MetaTrader, it's interesting. Let's look at the daily. See, my daily on MetaTrader is rejecting this level. 152, 130. Looks like it's coming right back down into this range. So let's see. The 4 hour. The 4 hour created a range right up here, right? Where we created this high and we come right back down to retest this level again. But let's see how this candle closes and if we get that fill. Again, we're rejecting this whole level. We go to the left a little bit more. A little bit more. Pretty significant level over here that we're rejecting. And what we could be doing, wow. If you take a look, the week's almost over. So if you take a look at the current weekly, let's see, we got 149 down here. We got this next level right up here. But guess what? Like you have this whole area of wicks up here. Now, look how strong the current weekly is, right? And if you take a look, Carlos, you get the bullish big belt over here a little bit, right?
Right, I see it.
Not too defined, but we ended up just opening lower than the close of that candle and just skyrocketing up. But now the week's almost over. There was a lot of volume in this week right here. And we just pushed into this whole area, right? This whole area right here. And now we got to retrace a little bit. So I don't know if there's much more room to push back up. Maybe there's going to be a little Friday sell-off, which is what's going on right now. And now we're right back into this range, but let's see. So how do you guys feel? Like, do you enjoy trading? Like, where's your heads at?
I mean, I do enjoy trading.
Yeah.
I just love this number aspect of trading, like just testing out new stuff. I don't really know how to explain it, but I don't know, there's just something about trading that's yeah, like it hooks me up.
Yeah. I love it.
It's kind of like relatable to like just a game or sport. It's competitive. You have to get better at it. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah. 100%. Something that always be improving on.
Yeah. And the challenge is it's a pretty good challenge, man. Just to make profits out of this market.
Well, the thing is, like, you grow a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It forces you to grow, which is the best. And you learn a lot about yourself in these markets. Learn a lot about your discipline. And, you know, it's basically a metaphor for your entire life and what it could do for you. Now, you could go the other way. You could be weak and like cry about your losses, and all of a sudden you quit this, and guess what? You're going to move into something else, and you're going to quit that too, right? But with this, it just teaches you how to manage your emotions. If you look at it the right way, if you look at your losses the right way, this is your professional sport. If you ever wanted to get into professional sports as a kid or something like that, this is your chance. Because right now you're in the hardest market in the world. And what does every quarterback do when, or every good quarterback or quarterback that wants to be great? What do they do at the end of every game? They go right back to the film, look at film. Okay, what could I have done better on this play? Actually, you know what? Even during the game, you'll see them today. You know, they couldn't do that back then. Yeah, they got the tablets.
Yeah, I like it. I like
right?
it.
Like this is the attitude you guys got to have. Listen to this.
Have you seen like Tom Brady's office at home? Like,
no.
On that, it's crazy, man.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while, but it was fun to watch, man. He's got a lot of stuff going on.
Good for him. He's got a new documentary coming out. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Is it gonna be on Netflix? Is that?
No, it's gonna. I forget what it's. I just saw the trailer yesterday.
Hmm.
Or is it post game? Here we go. Listen to how like critical he is of himself.
Introducing Lucia, the easiest, most accurate way to.
Zach, that looked fun. Was it fun?
This kid, so he just won Rookie of the Week in the NFL. He went off. He was having some like great passes. He's had a rough first 3 games, and the 4th game he just popped off. Like the first, like he had 4 picks against the Patriots. Like he just, but like the thing that a lot of the coaches and the players would say is nothing can get him down emotionally. He's always even keeled, exactly how you want to be in the market, and nothing gets to him. And listen to what he says, like how critical he is of himself in this interview.
It's awesome. I mean, the ups and downs, I'm still beating myself up, crazy win, but, I had chances there to end it sooner right there. And what an awesome game. I'm so pumped we got away from it, with the W. But we just got to keep learning, getting better. It's awesome to be able to learn from a win, though.
There were a couple things that struck me today. The pass protection seemed to be the best you've had this season. Was it that noticeable for you?
Yeah, I feel like it's a team effort as well. I try to do a good job of making sure I got the ball out of my hands. When we did get pressure, be able to, get out of my hands and throw it away as well. And then, of course, those guys up front did a great job today. And I would say, our defense getting sacks and us not having sacks was a big factor in the win today.
How about, it seemed like more of the game plan today was your ability to improvise, getting out of the pocket. Some of that I think you did on your own and some of it was by design, but was that more of the game plan this week to let you kind of go out there and be you?
No, it wasn't, but that's part of my game plan every single week. When things break down and third downs are hard to come by and things aren't open, how can I get out of the pocket and extend plays? And, we were able to have a couple big ones down there down the field that were able to get us in some scoring situations.
Just generally speaking, like what does this win mean for this group after what you've been through these last 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's huge. It's confidence, to let everybody know in this locker room that we're a good team and we can do really good things. And it's going to be a process, and we just got to keep stacking the blocks and keep getting better, but you can definitely feel like the tension on the team kind of fell off right there and we were able to do something on offense.
Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So like they were in overtime and they were right on the goal line. They're at the 1 yard line and they ended up getting stopped. And that was right before overtime, and it ended up going into overtime, and they had to win it that way. They had to win it the hard way. What's up, David?
What's good, bro? Good morning. Good morning.
All right. Good morning.
Good, chilling.
So what he was saying there was like he had a chance to end it early, and that's what he was beating himself up on. But I watch these interviews on a regular basis, and if you listen to players on a well-coached team, a team with a good coach that has a great message and they're on their way to something, you get a lot from these interviews, right? Obviously, I want to learn about my team, what's going on with the team and everything, but at the same time, you listen to them speak the way they do, that's exactly how you want to be in the market. See how critical he was, and like they're just stacking the blocks, want to get better every single day. That's the momentum that you want in the market. Again, I'll say it again. This is your professional sport, trading. It's the hardest market in the world. NFL is the hardest league in the world at that sport. This is the hardest in the financial markets, I would say. But it really doesn't have to be that hard. It's very simple. All you have to do is stay disciplined. That's all it is. Discipline with the work that you put in, and discipline while you're in a trade. Having that plan in place, executing on that plan, and then having that exit strategy of how you're going to get out of that trade. It's that simple. I know it sounds simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. Those are two very different things. David knows a little bit about that. David's been having a great fucking, I don't know what you want to call it, great couple months, weeks. A little emoji in there. What, are you at work?
Nah, bro, I'm chilling today. I didn't go to work today because the car got messed up.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So how you feel, man? You've been on a roll, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm having good months. I mean, I got like 9 months, you know. So like from when I started to now,
Hell yeah.
but it's a lot of work, you know.
There we go. You got momentum.
Yep, a lot of work.
Killing it right now.
Yeah.
Happy for you,
It's like-
brother.
I feel like your mentality got to be different. You feel me?
Your
like I said,
mentality?
Yeah, because like I said, like there's always people. If it's not your family, your friends, like they're not gonna understand you or support you. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's
And,
why we
like-
have this group, guys all around the world, you know, of like-minded dudes. Some people are a little bit on a grander scale than others, and that's fine. You know, you're gonna have that with every group of people, like more people putting in work than others, or more people participating than others. That's fine. That's just how it is. But guess what? Guess who gets the bacon? The ones that participate, the ones that are trading and looking at the market every day, the ones that are sending their charts, the ones that are coming to the live session every day, the one that is backtesting and putting the work in for their personal trading every single day. It's no coincidence that Reese is really starting to really catch some momentum right now. He's just getting into trading, and you could already see how he's growing on a regular basis compared to our first Zoom. Compared to now, you know, he's miles ahead of where he was, and he's going to be even higher, right? But it's all about putting the work in. You've been killing it. I'm sure since you got out of that relationship, it's been a lot easier for you to put some work in now. Man, my back. It's the worst. It's the last thing you want to hurt.
Your lower back.
Yeah, I was deadlifting yesterday and I killed it.
Yeah. Oh, I hit the gym, bro.
You haven't been? What are you doing? You're single now.
I know, but like I be coming to work mad late. I be home like 7:15. I'll be so like, yo, I can't. Like, I just shower. I get shower and I use like either back test or like Jordan my trade that I took that day, and I'll be out.
Yeah, cut that voice out, brother.
Yeah, but how was like your week though?
It's amazing. What did we grab? I haven't lost in like 3 weeks.
Jeez.
I know it's funny. It looks like I only post wins on my Instagram, but I just so happen to be I haven't lost. But knock on wood, you can't be getting too complacent.
Yeah.
Trying to find a song for this story. Give me a song.
GJ pushing up.
There you go. right, let's take a look at GJ right here. See if all right, we're holding support in here. Like I said, a lot of times this wick ends up getting filled. Bouncing off this 50 EMA as well. David, what are you looking at? Nothing? Love when that happens. So like I said, guys, keep in mind the weekly over here. And as we're approaching our area in here, what are the chances that we continue to break up over here on a Friday, the end of the week? All right. There's a higher chance of us getting a retracement, maybe back into this whole area right here. Right? Because you have all these wicks to the upside up here, but you get that retracement and price ends up sticking right in this range. So get a nice little Friday sell off. We've been bullish all week. Buyers coming out of the market. We're reacting to this area over here, right? This previous area over here as well. David, you looking for anything?
Nah.
Yeah.
Not me. Like, I'm just chilling today.
Yeah.
I got a good week, like super good. NFP about to happen too.
That's
I don't
awesome.
really see anything.
Yeah.
Like, nah. I'm not risking it.
I like it. Now, again, like I said this morning, we could get a good push from NFP, right, on GJ. So we shall see what we're going to get. UK consumer confidence sinks amid inflation fears. Oh, guys, by the way, the fundamentals update. Do you guys like these automatic? I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, I do it. It gives me something to read.
Cool. So
You
you,
know,
you check on these?
Yeah, I check on, the ones I catch, the ones that pop up, and if I catch it, I read it when I have, say if I'm on my phone,
100%.
pops up, I just catch it and read it.
This was a good one for you guys. What is NFP and how to trade it? I think I sent this in the general chat. Yes. It's good article to read. And then there's an article inside this article, like a little link that you could click on, how to read interest rates and how to study interest rates, which is, as you guys know, the #1 fundamental in our market.
Right, I'd like to read that one. Where is it?
Let me pull it up. It's Evergrande.
Thank you, man.
Well, that's one of them. Here's the other one. Do you guys want these as well, Carlos, David?
Yeah.
Dave. Dave, you like that video I sent you?
I was about to watch it, but I just joined the live
Sure.
later. I was like, I'm gonna watch it in a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Holy shit, and wait. Just looking at some fundamentals over here. Anybody have any questions or anything they want to go over?
I just wanted to answer your questions from earlier, like if I like trading.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do enjoy the craft of trading. You know, it gives me something to look forward to waking up.
Mm,
And I'm still like honestly, I'm still looking for the passion of it, you know.
okay.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to the things it's gonna bring in the future for sure.
Okay.
You know,
So so I think something that will help you with that is just paying attention to the craft right now and learning like how you can get better and you know that's a nice dopamine hit every time you win a trade, right? Now, it's not about the money right now, and it's hard to be, I guess, motivated would be the word, to wake up every morning to do everything that you're doing. Um, you know, to journal, to back test, to do all that stuff when you're not seeing too much money. But this is that sacrifice period, that this is that period where, you know, money is not the main thing. The skill is the main thing, the discipline's the main thing, and constantly getting better is the main thing right now. Eventually the money's going to come from that. But if you focus on the money right now, it's you're never going to get it. Right? So but I'm not saying that you're focusing on the money, but you know, that drive, that passion for it, it gets a lot easier once the money starts coming in. Right? It gets when you're making $500 a day, it's easy to wake up. Right?
yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So right now is that grind period, right? Like, do you think let's say you're working for a company in sales, and Mana, you're a perfect example of this right now. You know, you might not be making too much money right now, but you're making solid side money, right? But you're not making like big ticket money where you're making $3,000 on a sale or 10 grand on a sale, right? From commission, right? You're not at that point right now. Maybe you won't be with it with this company with your friend. Maybe if you develop the skill right now as a salesperson and being able to persuade, right? That's a great skill to have. Number one skill. If you're on an interview to get a job, persuasion. That's the number one skill to have. You're selling yourself. If you're a business owner, you're selling your product. If you're selling for somebody else, you're selling that product. If you're bought into it, if you believe in it, right? So, right now it's not the big ticket sales. Right now, all that matters is you dialing, right? You just dial on the phone, get the numbers out, getting your communication skills up, right? Learning how to close, learning how to ask questions, ask the right questions, stuff like that. These are certain things that you're going through right now that maybe you feel like you're gonna have a ton of shitty calls. I'm sure you already have, right?
Yeah.
Where you
Yeah.
just didn't know what to say. Maybe you paused or you froze up real quick because somebody gave you an answer that you weren't expecting, right?
Yeah,
Happens a lot of
all the
cold
time.
calling. Happens all the time. So it's the same exact thing with trading right now. You have doctors, you have lawyers that make the money that they're making, but guess what? They went through 10 years of schooling, right? You guys expect to come into the market and start making money right away? It's not going to happen. You're in the hardest market in the world. Now, it can happen a lot quicker than it does for most people, or a lot quicker than you thought it would for you, but you got to put the work in. You got to back test every day. You got to journal. You got to learn what you could be doing better. Right, Carlos? That's why I push this stuff so much. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's how you get better. And if you want to make the money you want to make, you want to provide for your family, you want to do everything that you want to do, right? Move out of New Orleans so that you're not in all those storms.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like all these drivers need to be there for you, but also your why for waking up, your why for journaling, your why for back testing has to be strong, and it's got to be bigger than yourself as well. Super important. So yeah, I'm not necessarily looking to trade GJ. 15-minute just closed below 152, 350. So I'm basically done for the week. I had a really good week. Hit my target of 8%. And we're good. Let's see. Dude, I'm trying to get my FX book set up. It's just like always impossible. I don't know why. It's setting this thing up is so annoying. Let's see. See that reaction over here? See, again, I pointed out one more time with the weekly. Like the week is over. So buyers are getting out. Once we reach this whole area up here, buyers are getting out. You're gonna see a retracement over here. Right? And we'll see how the weekly closes for next week. I think we could continue up, especially if we get good numbers coming out of the US. Right? You're gonna see safe haven currencies like the Japanese yen go down. If we're gonna start tapering over here, especially with their interest rates being like basically negative. Cool. Let's get that resolved. I want my FX book on here. All right. So what do you guys got going on this weekend?
Man, for me, not much, bro. It's gonna be chilling in that house while he gets home. Back texting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna just be hanging out with family and that Naked Forex book.
yeah, check that out. I think you're gonna like that a lot. The more, Carlos, the more you dive deep into it, the more you back test, journal, all that stuff, the more the passion's gonna come. Yeah, there's days you don't feel like doing it, but most of the time that passion starts to come. You're like, oh wow, I'm starting to notice this. I'm starting to notice what happens on Monday on GJ, that we get a little bullish push, right? Just go back and back test that one day for the last 6 months during your time period of trading. Same thing happens over and over and over again.
For sure, man. Hey, I wanted to say, can we schedule a Zoom?
Oh, 100%.
I was thinking like Wednesday or Thursday, whatever works for you.
I'm sorry, what was that, Carlos?
I was thinking like Wednesday or Thursday or whatever works for you. Any day next.
Yeah, we'll put together a. Let me. Yeah, next week we'll figure out a good time for us to hop on. If Wednesday or Thursday works best for you, we'll find a time during those days to hop on. What would you like to go over?
I just wanted to start learning like more about percentage. Like I want to have I guess I just want to set a goal for myself, like like a weekly percentage.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say, based on what you've been doing, what would you say is realistic?
Man, like since like I just do like penny slots right now. So
Penny lots?
Like penny slots, like penny lots. Yeah, penny lots.
Yeah.
Those are like just like a couple bucks a week.
Penny slots like casino?
Yeah.
So a couple bucks a week. Okay, so what can you afford to be trading with right now?
Right now I have like $100 account.
Okay, cool. And that's money you can afford to trade with and you can afford to lose?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm planning to like just keep compounding it like Like I'm trying to put like at least $50 a week.
Okay, contribute $50 a week into the account.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Awesome. You generally want that account around 500 to 1,000, and you want to build it from there. Very few people are able to turn $100 account and start making a living on it, because eventually you're going to start getting antsy. You're going to be wanting to make more money because you are trading a lot better, and you're a lot more susceptible to blowing that account. That's why you want 5 to 1,000 in there, and focus on that.
Yeah,
So, save up the same exact way I tell you guys to save your money, and, put it in the different accounts. You can always change the percentages of where you put your money based on your living conditions, but make sure that you're doing that, and every single month you're adding that money into your account. This is your business. You're saving up to invest into a business, and this is it, because you're going to be able to multiply this money a lot quicker than most people can. All right, 3 minutes. Get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn going. Let's see what we got here. Oh, let's take GJ off the weekly. $15-minute route liquidity is starting to continue bullish. All right. Take a look at the dollar. Dollar's been ranging in here from 93.68 to 94.60. All right. Sit and wait. All right, boys. Here we go.
Yeah, that's what I. Oh shit,
Big
Good
move.
numbers.
goal is out.
Just remember, you want to trade the reaction to the news, guys. Wow.
Go be ranging. Dang.
Terrible.
It's so crazy how instant it is, man. It's like right away.
Terrible. Terrible numbers. What a disappointment. You know why? Actually, I'm not going to get into that. We'll talk about it in the group. Just bad policy. Bad policy leads to low unemployment, leads to bad economy, leads to failed countries.
Mm.
Wow. Now, when are they going to start tapering? Not anytime soon. That is crazy.
What's tapering?
Tapering is so the Fed, what they've been doing since the beginning of the pandemic is buying around $130 billion worth of US currency every single month. Right. So they basically been printing money. But what's it called? Tapering is like easing off of that, like stopping that. Like, okay, instead of 130 or 140 billion, now we're only going to be giving 100 billion or buying 100 billion worth of stocks or bonds, US currency bonds, treasury bonds. They call them T bonds. Now, what they would do is, let's say, I mean, I don't know if they're going to do this in November now, because if we got good numbers, unemployment rate did drop. But if we got good employment numbers over here, it was pretty likely that they were going to be tapering, starting tapering in November. And what they would want to do is finish tapering by, 6 months into next year, right? So all of a sudden, around June, July of next year, they're no longer buying any bonds. And then they're going to start moving into increasing interest rates. Now, the problem is, and you're probably going to read this in that article I sent you, is that when you increase interest rates in such a fragile economy, such a bubble that we're in right now, the second you increase interest rates, the market just tanks.
Yeah.
Same thing happened in 08. Same thing happens every time because the value of the dollar goes down. People take their money out of stocks.
Yeah, I wonder how, like, will they handle it properly? Like, just all the money they printed and stuff like that. Like you said, they move interest rates, like to either, I don't know how to explain it, but like to either keep the money from losing too much value. Do you think they're going to be able to control it properly since they printed so much? They never printed as much as they did like in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're going to handle that.
Well, I have no confidence whatsoever in this administration, no confidence in the Fed right now either. Because the way that they talk, because they're trying to hide things from people because they're the ones creating this issue, right? By printing more money, right? But the problem is, I forgot what I was just saying. Yeah, so the issue is with they're creating the problem, the way they're talking to the public, because most people don't know this, right? Most people don't know basic economics the way we do and the way we follow it because we make money doing it. But the way they talk to the general public, it's either they're lying straight out their teeth or they have no idea about basic economics. They say, oh, you know what? Printing this much money is not going to cause inflation. What do you mean it's not going to cause inflation?
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand supply and demand and what happens there? So I have no confidence with the way they lie or the way they just have no idea what they're talking about. Right? How am I supposed to have confidence in that?
Yeah, 100%. And like, there's no way they have no idea what they're talking about. So
Exactly. They're the Fed.
Yeah. It's crazy. So yeah.
It's honestly
And-
ridiculous.
Yeah, and then we wonder why we don't really trust the COVID thing as well. Like, not like we don't, it's not real, but it's just they have to be lying somewhere in there too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm still trying to. I mean, yeah, they're getting control out of it. I guess that's what they're.
Well, I'm
trying-
gonna hold on one second, Jacob. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna end the stream now, just so that I'm not gonna end our stream. But I'm saying I'm gonna end the YouTube stream now. I'm gonna cut the recording right here, and you guys have a great week.